Hey guys, welcome back to dungeongurunet. This is Nethervoid, also known as John, doing some more DungeCraft for you. And this week I'm going to be doing the sorting machine. And, well, I'm going to be doing probably half of it. I'll get to the other half probably next video. I'm not really sure. Just wanted to show you what I got going up here so far. I'm going to have these machines up here for when I'm just trying to build something real quick. And I have some machines where I can make some dust or kind of different alloys and things that I need. And you can see it's hooked up to my main power source right there. So I'm going to be using this silver chest to drop junk in, and then my sorter will suck it down this back area down into the sorting machine where the macerator and furnace and stuff will be. And then all those tubes, once it's sorted, are going to come up right up underneath these chests. And if you notice, I've moved them away from the wall, and that's because when I put in my auto crafting stuff, that's going to be they're going to pull out of the back here. To pull into the auto crafting system, so that's going to be in a few other videos probably. I'm not really sure. I've upgraded all these to crystal chest for this maximum storage. That took 2 diamonds a piece, but I've got plenty of diamonds, so I'm not really worried about it. So let me get started. Let's see. The first thing I'm going to do here, and this is a pretty expensive little build here. Lots of redstone and lots of iron to make all these blocks here. I'm going to use a filter. Normally I'd probably use a retriever, because a retriever I can just put a tube and then my retriever, and you can hide that tube completely. You couldn't even tell it was there. But that's 2 ender pearls I don't have because I expanded my lava generation, and you'll see that in a minute. Let's see, I already had that going. I really did that because the lava it's just not pulling in enough energy to be self-sustaining, so I had to kind of mess with that a little bit. Oops, a little more than I wanted. Ah, no! Here it is, you can see it. Basically, now I have 4 ender chests worth of lava coming in. And what it does is, instead of pumping straight into the generators, it pumps it in so I can have this massive, well, not massive, but this backlog of lava, this store of lava here. And to do that, I had to empty the pails out and then pump it back into these 2 tanks, because you can't use a deployer directly on a tank when you empty it, only when you pick it up. So whatever, that's fine. As you can see, I've got all my machines and stuff already ready to go with a bunch of overclockers, and I'll talk about that in a minute. Down here I've got a bluetricity room I set up to run my sorters and stuff. Right now I have 4 thermal piles on there. I had 5 on my test build, but I'm not sure I need 5. Probably just overkill, so we'll see how that goes. So those are the rooms, and let's get that first piece going up there. I'm going to have to run the blue electric wire all the way up from the blue electric room, or bluetricity room. That's going to be fun. I was going to pop down my sorter, I think. You know what? Let's just do this. It's probably easier. There we go. I can fix all this later. So it's going to pull a stack straight out into my sorter here. So the way the sorter works is that's the input, and then the output is obviously right here. So let's get that set up. So I'm probably going to want to do this. Let's see. So the way the sorter works, let me make sure I can get out of here, is there are different modes, and I don't know what all these modes do. Hold on a second. Let me figure that part out. I only know what the mode I want does. So I'm looking up the wiki here about the sorter, and I'm only going to be using one mode, and you'll see that in a second, but let's go through the modes that for the sorter here. And this is any stack sequential mode. The slider moves from column to column, this being the slider, and waits until it can satisfy any single item in that column. I would imagine because you want the items to come in a certain order. Maybe if you have an auto builder or something like an auto crafting table or something, I guess. The all stack sequential mode moves from column to column, pulling matches for all the stacks. So I guess you have to satisfy every condition in that stack before it'll move on. Again, maybe for auto crafting, I'm not really positive. Random all stack will satisfy all items in any column, so I think it just doesn't really matter where you put anything. These modes right here are a little confusing to me, just because they don't really clarify what they're talking about, and I've not really had a need to use them. The 4th mode, which does not say what it's called, says we'll try to satisfy any item at all starting at the top left of an inventory. I have no idea what that means. Here's the one I use. The last mode is like the previous one. Oh, okay, so any item coming through, it'll flag for this color. but this one has a default color if none of the items match. So that's kind of nice. You can set up a certain amount of items in here with colors that you want those items to be flagged as, and if nothing matches, it'll just come through as the default color, and I'll be using that with my sorting system. That allows you to filter out a certain set of items, then move to the next sorting machine and kind of use them all in tandem. So I'm going to be doing that, and so my default color will be white. And then I pretty much just go down the rainbow color scheme just because it's so easy to remember, with orange, yellow, and you can see I have paint pails in my inventory set up to do this stuff. Now you got to be careful because these colors are very specific, and if you don't get it just right, it's not going to work correct. So I've just got 5 colors set up in a default because I have 5 chests right now that actually have items I want in certain spots, and the white is everything else. Now for this specific sorter, all I need are the first 4, because this one is going to be sorting stuff into my machines. So either it's going to be something I want to send through a machine, or it's just going to be something I want to sort into a chest, so it's going to be white. So that's how I've set this up, and as you can see, this thing needs electricity to run. The filter does not, which is kind of nice, but it also needs a redstone signal to fire, so now that's where I have to set up this timer. And I don't have my test server up, but I believe I did it this way, where what I did here is I set up a lever so I could turn this thing on and off. That way, if I want to stop it from sorting, I can just flip this lever and it will stop. Or obviously, if I wanted to start sorting, I just flip that lever. And I'm not sure if I'm going to keep that. I might have it just running all the time and just drop stuff in there. It should auto sort, but it's nice to be able to turn it on and off when I'm testing. So let me pause it and try to remember how I set this thing all up. Alright, so I think I actually got it working better than I had it on test. This is actually much cleaner than I had it. So the switch is just right here in the middle. It's going to power, well, right now it's powering this redstone red alloy wire, which is turning the timer off. When the switch is flicked, the timer actually goes on. I like that it's up is on, just like regular power switches. And it just comes over these covers I've put on and powers both of these. Now I'm going to turn this down to... I'm going to want this to go off. Oh, whoa, that's 10 seconds. Yeah, no kidding. Every half a second, I think. Because I want stuff to be pulled out of there quick. Well, that's a little too fast. Oh my god. Oh my god, oh my god! There we go. That should be good. Once a second's good. Okay, so as you can see, it's activating both of those things there. The only thing I have to do is leave enough room, and you can't see it now because I've covered it up, but for the blue electric wire to come up and touch this sorter so it can get some power. So this one's done. I'm going to close this up, and then we're going to go down. I'm going to go downstairs and start hooking stuff up, and I'll meet you down there. Alright, so I'm back, and I'm obviously downstairs now. As you can see, I've also... Oh, that's not good. Did not know that light got knocked out. I'll fix it off camera. So I fixed the lighting in here as well, or added a lot more lighting in there. That was probably because it was on Moody. It probably had plenty of lights, but you know, whatever. I've got this MFSU filled with 10 million energy because I was so worried about, you know, running out of power, and that was because with the with the advanced machines that do not come with industrial craft, which is everything except for the induction furnace. Those things suck like an insane amount of energy. When I had 5 of those machines running, no, 4 of those machines running, and they were sucking down 500 energy per second out of this thing. So I decided to go a different route and step down to the old machines, as you can see here, macerator, extractor, and compressor, and just use these overclockers in them. I'm going to use 6 overclockers a piece, and that gets me almost at the same speed. And while that's very energy, it consumes a lot of energy while they're active. While they're just sitting around doing nothing, they consume no energy. And that's kind of what I want. And that's why I had to add such a huge solar array, because these things were eating energy when I wasn't even online. So that's going to be the plan here, and you can see I've already got my tube coming down out of the sorter up there. The one thing I did forget to do is put items in the sorter, and let's go do that right now. I cleared out some of my inventory so I could do that. So what you're going to want to do, and let's just start with, get one of these ores each, not tungsten. I don't want tungsten going in there. So I got copper. Ooh, I do have some gold. Nice. I thought maybe I was going to have to go get some iron, and then the nether ores are actually going to go down a different path. We're just going to set up the red path, which is going to be macerator for me. And I forgot to put, interesting. Hold on a second, I'll be right back. Alright, so I filled that in, I forgot to do that. But now I'm just going to go on my service entrance here, and this is where I can change what is sorting to what, and also with my blue electric wire can get it all hooked up and stuff. So I want all my ores to be in this red line, and that's good because that's going to be where the macerator is. So I just pop them in like this. I'm kind of putting them in order because I'm a little OCD here. And they go like that. Now, kind of luckily we only have 5 ores that I want to macerate. Or we'd have to use a second line. And you can do that. I could change like this one to red, and that'll also sort these to red. So you can do more than just one line. Or you can make this one red, like that, you know, it's no big deal. Now, right click goes backward on these colors, and left click goes forward. So forward is actually white, and backward is black and red. But anyway, I only need one line. Now I need dusts. And I'm not sure I have any of those actually. So I might need to macerate one of these each. And I'll do that off camera, and I'll be right back. Right, so I'm back, and I've got the rest of the things I'm going to want to put into these machines. And remember, this is going to be coming out of that silver chest. So a lot of this stuff is not going to be stuff I have on me. Like, I'm not going to have dusts usually. But the whole point of this for me is I'm not going to keep anything up to chance. If it comes in, I want it to be sorted, and I want it to be created into bars or whatever. So you can see yellow is going to be my extractor for resin. And I think there's a couple other things in here, like I'm going to put a, now I'm not going to want to put intermediary parts like a water cell, because the extractor will make a water cell into a coolant cell, but I don't want every one of my water cells to become coolant cells. For here, anything I do throw in like this, I do want it to be compressed, because this is just intermediary stuff that doesn't really do anything else but make carbon plate and alloy plate. So again, anything that's not these, which these are things that the machines need to work on, anything else, tools, plants, you know, ender pearls, whatever, is going to get the yellow paint designator. And you'll see how that works in a minute when we actually fire it all up. So now that that thing is all set up, let's go down and start setting up our machines if I can ever get out of that door. So let's go down this little stairwell here. And I actually had to dig this thing all the way to the bottom because Kiwi moved his house, and now he's got where we used to go mine, so I made a new mining area for myself. Okay, not that that really matters, but let me see if I can dump some of this crap off. Probably can't. There we go. Sweet. So you can see all my paints there and stuff, and I'll show you why those paints are important in a minute. It's time to set up these machines, and actually these machines might move, but that's okay. We're going to move them for now. Now I'm going to try to use my induction furnaces if I can, but I need to supply a redstone signal, and sometimes I can't always do that, and it gets very tight in this back area on my test server it did, and a lot of that's because I've got this huge power generator here. And I think if I redid this, I probably wouldn't set that power generator up here. I probably would just put it on another floor. So I've got these machines now, and I'm going to set them up pretty much the normal way I always do. But let's start all the way against the wall over here with the compressor, then the extractor, the master. Oh. See, that's what I was afraid of. The macerator is not going to go there. I need my wrench, and I didn't bring it. I'll be right back when I get my wrench. Alright, so I got my wrench, and the reason you need a wrench, again, is because when you pick these machines up, if you don't use a wrench, they will turn back into machine blocks, and you have to recreate them, so it's a big waste of resources. Now, with this electric wrench right here, you can make it so it's totally lossless. There's a chance with the original non-powered wrench that you will end up with a machine block no matter what you do. So for this to change modes, because it has regular mode and lossless mode consumes a lot more energy. You hold Shift and M and then right click. Okay, now lossless mode disabled, now it's enabled. And I always check before I pick up a machine, just because I don't want to, I don't want to destroy the machine, have to recreate it. So now machines are down. Let's see. See, on test, I needed the extra space to put redstone and stuff. So I'm not sure if that's going to work. If it's not, I'll just use electric furnaces. Those will work too. But I really did want to use the induction ones because they don't take up as much power. And these are just, the power is just going to run back here. All this is going to be behind a wall, so I don't really care what it looks like. But we're going to get some power. Actually, I don't even need to do power yet. I'm probably going to do my pipe system first, and this is how it's going to work here. So the way these things work is you have to have, if you're using Redpower tubes anyway, I'm not sure how it works for BuildCraft pipes because I don't use those for my machines, is if you want it to come into the top, the pipe has to actually touch the top. If you want something to go into the bottom, it has to be coming up to the bottom. And then you have to pull all your items out of the side. So that means all my connecting tubes are going to have to go right on top. And I should be able to shift click these. There we go. Now you're saying, wow, they're all connecting. How is this going to work? Well, I'm going to paint these tubes so that it knows where to go. Now there's a reason I'm actually doing it this way. There's going to be a top area where it can the items can travel anywhere up and down these tube systems, but once they get to here, it's going to be all color coded. And let's go do that real quick. As you can see, I've already made up some paints, and I only need 4 of them for now. Well, actually, I will need 5 because I need white by default. I've got empty paint brushes as well, and once you put paint on those, they well, I might as well just do that now. Put a stack. No, you right click. I'm not sure how that works. Maybe you have to hold them. That's probably what it is. Hold on a second. Alright, I'm a genius. You have to do it in a crafting table. Alright, here we go. So I want 1 white. Might as well just leave it in there. This is where it comes in nice to have this project table. So it only takes a little bit out of my paint can. And these paints are really easy to make. I'd show you how to make them, but it's just kind of a waste of time. And that's kind of why I made all this stuff off camera, because most of it you've already seen me made, or it's so easy to make, it's like, it's not really teaching you anything to show you how to make it. Really what you need to know are the names of all the things I'm using. I'm just going to leave those paint buckets in there, and I'm going to take these paintbrushes out. Now the paintbrushes will run out, and all you have to do, when they run out, you get your paintbrush back and you just re-dip it into your bucket. So let me leave that paintbrush there, and let me just put this paint over here so we don't get them all mixed up. So let's see, here we go. This is where you're going to tell the system where things should go. Now red, remember, are ores, and so I right click each one of these tubes to say this is red. Only red can pass through this intersection. Now you can see it's connecting here, but as soon as I give this a color, these will split. So this is going to be dusts in these induction furnaces, and then resin's going to come down this pipe, and finally anything that needs to be compressed will go down orange or green there. So then what I'm going to do is, now that that's all finished, I'm going to extend this pipe out for the default path. Now I can't remember how I wanted to do this. I thought the default path I wanted to just come off over there and kind of travel over this direction, because once I pull stuff out of here, I'm going to have to send it to the default path so it'll sort into those chests. And let me remember how I did that. Hold on a sec. You know, for now I'm just not going to worry about it, because what I'll do is get this whole area set up, and then I'll fix this pipe to wherever I want it. So I'm going to make the default pipe come out this direction. Now it won't just pop out of this tube, so you have to connect it to something. I'll just give it a chest to just collect all the junk that I don't care about, and that looks about right. Let's see, how is this going to work? And I'll just keep connecting these tubes until it connects to that chest. So anything that comes off the default line will just go right in that chest. And how I designate it is to color code it. There we go. So everything white will send off into the default chest here. Okay, so I've got my first thing set up, and now I need to set up filters to pull all the junk out once it's been processed. Again, this is where you can use retrievers, but I'm poor, and those cost a lot of ender pearls, and I just don't have that many right now. Eventually I'd love to do that because it makes it a lot more clean looking, and you don't have all this junk all over. But remember, all the machines I will be using are all upstairs. These are just my processing machines, so I don't really care how it looks down here. It looks like a service area. It is a service area. It's kind of cool looking anyway to have all these machines sticking out all over the place. As long as it looks organized, I don't mind. I mean, it'd be nice to have retrievers. I don't even know if I had a room for it anyway, so it doesn't really matter. So that stuff's going to come out here and go back under the machines, because some of it's going to need to be reprocessed. So the way I did that is, I think I put it, okay, I know what I did. I did one more down. Is I pulled all this junk into a separate chest. Alright, we might as well clear all this out. We're going to need all this space. So the separate chest is going to hold any items and just wait until another filter pulls it out of that chest. So I think I could just use a regular chest to do that. And hold on a sec. Let's make another one. That's something I can do on camera, no big deal. So that's how you make a chest. It's pretty complicated. 8 wooden planks. It's really tough. Just remember that recipe, because you're going to forget. Okay, let's see. I don't mind if they're sticking out of the ground a little bit. But I don't really want the chest to be... Okay, so that should be good. I think what's going to happen is I'm going to run out of tubes. I figured this wouldn't be enough, but I figured, well, I should be able to at least get me through this video anyway. So all that stuff's going to come out and come right down into this chest, and so I think these are set up for red. Yeah, they're just by default, they're all set red. But we don't want that, because we don't want these to be red. These are going to be bars. We want these to be white. And I think I can just do that. There we go. These are going to be white because we want them... Well, it doesn't matter. It's going to go down to this default thing. I forgot. So it can be red. It's fine. Should just have it cycle back through, but I think I found out this was the better way. Wooden planks. Come on, bro. Okay, and also I need to put in the overclockers. I almost forgot. And I need to put in the low voltage upgrades, because if I don't do that, the machines will explode. Well, at least these regular machines will. Even the upgraded versions, I don't know why, but they don't take medium power. I think that's an oversight. And now the overclockers, I wanted to put 6 in each of these, and you can stack these. I don't think I'm going to have enough. I thought I had enough for 6. Maybe I just wanted 5. No, I do have enough. There we go. Obviously, the induction furnaces don't need them. Now, if I do get the electric furnaces, I will have to make some more overclockers, but I don't need so many. I'll probably only need 5 for each one of those. And they're not too bad to make. It's like a circuit and some coolant cells. So mainly it's like a redstone and an iron thing. So I'm just going to paint this red just so it knows to go down this line. I just don't want it to get confused. And they'll bounce back and forth and maybe go back and forth into these. Because these are considered inventories, and so they'll try to go into those inventories. And I don't want that to happen. Let's clear a little bit more of this out. So after that, what's going to happen is there's going to be another filter that I'm about to put on that is going to... Wow, where's my stack of blocks here? That's going to color code based on what it's pulling out and what it's sending off to the... basically back to the machines again. So I'm going to put that one down. I think I did it like this. But you know, I probably could do it that direction. Be kind of cool. Maybe I should do it like that. Could do it like that and put the sorter there. Have it climb up here. It's not really... No. Then it could filter right back into that tube. Yeah, let's try that. It's a little more compact. It does get really busy in here, so anything I can do to keep this thing more compact, the better. So the sorter will go here, because it does need a tube in between it, as far as I remember anyway. And again, it doesn't matter what colors these are this time, because the sorter is going to figure it all out. So again, we're going to change this to default white, and we're going to have red for maceration, and then I think that's all we need. No, we are going to need, possibly, once the nether ores come through the induction furnace, they're going to have to go through the macerator again, and then back through the... Okay, wait a minute. They're going to come out as an ore. Yeah, so I guess... Stuff coming out of the macerator is going to have to go to the induction furnace, and some stuff from the furnace is going to have to go back to the macerator. So I am going to need 2 of these lines. Everything else is just going to be default at that point. You know, your rubber, compressed alloys, and that's pretty much it. Bars is pretty much going to be the other thing. See, if I put it there, then that would mean the sorter might end up there. That might be better, depending on where I put my tube. It doesn't really matter. Let's just get this thing working, and then I can make it a little more compact later. So, I'm going to hook this thing directly in here. Man, Kiwi's little alarm thing is getting a little annoying there. So I'm going to need covers here too, and I did not make any. Let me go get my handsaw. Be right back. Alright, so sorry, Kiwi, if you're watching. I didn't mean that the stuff you're building is annoying. Just wasn't ready for those things to go off. So if I put covers there, they won't interfere with, it will not be able to choose those areas there as valid points of entry. And I think the way I did this, let's see, let's just do that. There we go. Can't jump up. Now I can. Cool. I fell right back down. You know what? Don't be stupid. Come on, man. Alright. And he still can't do it. Alright. So let me see how that's working. I guess that's okay. I kind of don't want it to do that, though. Because if it's red, I want it to go that way. I would rather have it go right back into that piping system and then go out the correct way. You know, I probably don't even need that, because it's just going to get sorted. All I need to do is send it back through the sorter. Interesting. Well, I'm going to try it without that. That's what I'm going to do. I thought there was a reason I put that in, but I can't remember what it was. But I'm going to try it without this chest. So, well, I guess it should still use the red. That was not a bad idea, actually. So I'll put that there, and I'll put the sorter. Okay, let's put the sorter like this. Let's see. See, okay, well, if I move the white, okay, that's how I'll do it. So we can do that and that. This video is going to be a lot longer than I thought. The other stuff I'm going to be building won't be so complicated as this. But this stuff's just very complicated. Sorting machines, unless you have logistical pipes, which we don't have, sorting machines just get really complicated. Man, I could just run it right under there. That's not a bad idea. I wonder if it would get conflicting redstone signals, though. Probably not. There we go. Let's do that. Okay. Sweet. And now I can just run the pipe straight up that way. Do I still have my white? Yes, I do. Okay. So, I guess to take the color off, you just knock the pipe off. Okay, that works for me. Where'd it go? Got pipes all over the damn place. I'm definitely gonna have to make some more. And the way you make these pipes is brass ingots and glass. Not really that big of a difficult of a. You know what? Let me run this first before I get out of control here. Not really a difficult or costly recipe. It just depends. I mean, it's just tin and copper. That stuff's pretty easy to get a hold of. So there's the white there. Now we're going to need covers and all this stuff. So let's put some covers on there. Let's see, I'm going to need cover. Maybe I should just move it over. That wouldn't be a bad idea, actually. Hold on, I'm going to check that out. I'm going to check that pipe system up there out. Hold on. Alright, I went and changed the pipe so that it would come down straight in a line. And it doesn't really matter, I guess. It's just kind of nicer that way. So I think what I'm going to need are covers in these locations. So I'm going to put one there and there. How come that didn't work? Okay, there we go. Kind of like it there, actually. That was kind of nice. And that's all I'm going to need. So let's try to just get that one off. Did it come off? I think it did. I think it's just a visual bug. Let's see. Oh, that's where I put the other one. Okay, is that also a visual bug? It is. Great. Destroying my walls here, what? Okay, so that's all set up. And that's going to be interesting. Again, let's see if I did not set this one up. So I'm going to set this for default. I can also do, okay, so white, red, and orange. Alright. So, also I need to set this as red again. And there we go. Okay, good. Now that's all set up. So, I'm going to need a redstone signal across these, which I think I'm going to be able to do with redstone pipe here. I know I've laid the pipe already, but you can combine these alloy pipes with one redstone, and let me see if I can show you here. And it becomes a redstone tube, which you can apply a redstone signal to, and it basically frees up some of your need to, you know, have all extra junk everywhere. So probably what I'll do is hook a piece of wool jacketed redstone wire here and then power that. Actually, I think it's below. I think I did it all below. And it'll power this whole thing without needing redstone across the top of these or anything crazy looking. So that's set up. And this video is getting already up to 30 minutes. I think we're ready to test this part of it. Not positive though, because you know what I need? Like the nether ores and stuff. I don't have those. I'm going to have to go get those out of the nether to put in the sorting machine. Oh, also, I don't have any bars or anything in here. Let me go get some of that stuff. So I'm up here at the top. I was gathering my dust and stuff, and the one thing I did notice is I forgot a row for nether ores. Nether ores have to pass through those furnaces so they can get turned into regular ore and then macerated. So I'm going to at least fill up that, and I think I'm going to have a couple extra nether ores like diamond and stuff. Diamond and redstone I know I'll have to create another row for, but I'll wait till I go get those out of the nether. So I did fix that up. And this video is going to be almost over. We're just going to have to do the rest of it the next video, and if it takes, you know, all the extra time, if it runs a little long, it runs a little long on the next video. But did I set this one up yet? I think I did. Oops, no, that's not set up. Come on. Okay, so yeah, this is just basically going to have ores and dusts. I mean, there's nothing else to do because when the nether ores come through, they're going to come through as ores, and then everything coming out of the macerator is going to come out as a dust. So bars and everything else are just going to go default. Everything else is finished. It doesn't require any additional processing. This sorter is only for items that require they have to go through the processor twice. So this one's all set up as well. And I will, you know what? Let me just do this real quick. Let me turn these into where'd my pipes go? There they are. Let's do these turn these into redstone pipes real fast. How many do I have? 6. And let's get those set up at least. And then we can do the rest of it on the next video here. Okay. And I like the Redpower stuff. It is a little hard to use at times just because it's so complicated. You know, lots of stuff requires bluetricity, redstone signals, and all that. And where BuildCraft doesn't, but it's a lot smarter than BuildCraft. And BuildCraft tends to be kind of the dumber beast. Now for my sorting machine I could be using diamond pipes, but diamond pipes don't have the same options as the sorting machines and stuff. As far as, you know, with this I can make everything the same color, and you'll see why that's important on the next video. So I can connect this right here with this red jacketed wire. What is this thing called? I thought it's like wool jacketed something. I want to get this right here. Wool, yeah, and I know I just double clicked that real quick. Wool jacketed and jacketed, yeah, red wool jacketed wire, which has been really helpful. As you can see, I like to use it all over the place because it's just a little more compact. So when this thing gets a signal, all of these pipes will get signals, and that should transfer right into the filter. It's pretty sweet, except it won't be right there. I think I'm gonna have it down here. Oops, forgot that I'm gonna have all this underneath the whole thing. I'm gonna have the timer and stuff down here, and that way everything's hidden. Well, as much as I can hide anyway. So if you've noticed anyway, each one of my floors has about four Y rows of cobblestone or stone in between each, so I can hide pipes and different systems I have going on, which makes it a lot nicer to walk around and not see tons of junk that I've got all hidden under the floor and stuff. I guess we could go ahead and, oh, you know what? That is going to be a problem. That's going to be a problem because I can't hook power up to that. That's why I did it one lower. See, and this is why you test it. I knew there's a reason it was doing that. So now I'm going to reset all that stuff. That sucks. But such is life. Alright, so I'm going to do that off camera because you already know how to do this. I've already shown you this part. And I'll be back next week with the next part of this video. And we're going to finish this thing up. And the sorting part into the chest is actually not that hard. It's pretty easy to set up. There's not a lot to teach you about. It's really just doing it. So that'll be pretty easy. Shouldn't take that long. It's probably going to be like a 45-minute video, but whatever. That's the way it is. So anyway, I'll see you guys next time. Tell me what you think about so far about my sorting system and processing and stuff. And let me know what you think about these the macerator being, I think, kind of better than the rotary macerator because of how much energy it consumes while it's just sitting around not doing anything. Anyway, see you guys next time. Oh, wait. The contest is still going. The whitelist server contest for 3 slots. If you win, you will get 1 out of 3 slots. You're seeing a link to the video where it actually explains the contest a little more. You've probably already seen it. I've only gotten 5 entries so far, at least as of yesterday. So if you're worried about there being too many entries, there's no way you're gonna win or whatever. So far, anyway, the competition does not seem to be too bad. So you might want to go ahead and apply. You never know, you might get it. The competition's not too steep right now. So go ahead and do that. And remember, video submission gets you a little extra credit. And let me know what you think, guys, and see you next time.